What I tell you now, I learned later. After it ended and before I knew it was the devil. So I witnessed it purely through the eyes of God. Do not, please, place a burden on my son. I beg you look upon him with mercy. I know now the demon's name. Ricardo Leiva Munoz Ramirez. I say it complete because I do not want you to think as if I have not heard it. He was your child, as we are all your children. Despite his curse, despite what he is, and he is that which is despicable. A man with a poisoned soul. Yes, do we agree? My son Ernesto, you know him. He is in all my prayers when I pray. And I promise I will pray more. Ernesto is good. He works hard. When he works. He loves a girl, a fertile girl. And they are bound by God and guided by God. Ernesto knows no father, save the Holy Father. So he is sometimes weak, and dirtied and fouled by the poor and depraved. But he is angelic inside. When I look into his face, I see the good little boy he really is. Ernesto is not like Ricardo Leiva Munoz Ramirez. He says himself, he is the body of Satan. The devil crawled through hell's fire to devour the soul of a little boy and grow into an evil man. And knowing that now I should not feel as I do. What I tell you here, I learned because I could not help myself but learn it. Could not help but read the newspapers that followed every step, the magazines that toyed with us, the professors who tried to classify evil as a scientific problem, to give evil a name that made it not evil, as if evil doesn't already have a name. We know its name. I now know its name. I watched his capture, but in that moment I knew nothing of the night stalker. Why should I have? I live my life, I love my family, I work very hard. I clean. My hands are tough and scarred from the scrubbing and the chemicals I spread onto the floors and counters. It is the sacrifice I make on my knees, praying and scrubbing. But in that moment, I saw my son be cruel. One of many who viciously beat a man on the street, who I now know is Satan. But in that moment, raising his arms to defend himself from feet and fists and sticks, why wouldn't I pity him? He had already killed so many, raped so many, when they learned his name. Ricardo Leiva Munoz Ramirez. He had been arrested before for stealing a car. So they had the prints of his fingers when they found another car. He had cleaned it, scrubbed it as I do every day, scrubbed hard to renew things. But one stain remained. And so they matched it and had his picture. Ernesto was arrested for stealing a car, but he was a boy. He knows now he made a mistake. They have his picture now, the Night Stalker, and they put it up everywhere. And people made copies of it and put it up other places. Everyone was terrified. So they put it up, the photo. The drawing that came before was not right. It came from a woman who thought she was going to die, so she saw a monster and told them to draw a monster. I miss them. He's my boy. He goes to the store. He walks to the market to buy beer, where he saw his face. And he watches the television where he saw his face. And he saw his face at the police station where he has been. In all these places, Ernesto looked deeply into the eyes of the devil. It was not Ernesto who saw Ricardo Leiva Munoz Ramirez and recognized him. It was someone else. The devil thought he could hide from us, but he didn't know we all knew his face. Except me. I did not know his face. I worked many jobs to help Ana, to help Ernesto, to help them learn and grow. He was running, and he stumbled and fell, and I picked him up, and he kept running and did not thank me. But that is not the reason we are good to our fellow man to be thanked. I was not seeking thanks, but someone, a few moments later, recognized him, and then others did. He did not have a gun or a knife. He was frightened, and more people chased him. I chased him. I stayed back, I followed still. I was confused why this man was being abused. Many people around us are abused without deserving it all the time. And it seemed like that. It seemed unfair. Many more people came out now, so many that he could not go anywhere. He had to stop. And someone called the police. And then the beating began. And it was Ernesto, and others too, but Ernesto first, angry, vicious. He does not work and is angry a lot, is angry at me a lot, but he has never been brutal. What he was in that moment was brutal, horrible. And beneath his fists and feet was a man with long hair, a thin body. His shirt was torn, and I could see his nakedness and his arms outstretched on the ground as if he laid on the cross. In my vision, in that moment, Ernesto was murdering your son. But it wasn't your son. It was the devil disguised as your son. And soon the police arrived and took him away. And these people cheered and hugged and drank beer. And Ernesto drank beer. He walked right past me, Ernesto, but did not see me. He was smiling. It has been so long that I have seen him smile. I did not want to ruin that. If I had reached out as I wanted to, Ernesto, he would have stopped smiling. Ernesto celebrated with the people who captured the night stalker. And when the reporters came, Ernesto was on the television. It was a test. Yes. To see if the devil could turn us into the devil. Ernesto into the devil. Ernesto's not the devil. He is just an angry boy. And I ask you to forgive him. And I ask you to forgive Ricardo Leiva Munoz Ramirez.
See the stone set in your eyes. See the thorn twist in your side.